Tyler, is that where you keep the Kool-Aid?
Yep.
That's where the John Deere Kool-Aid is?
Green Kool-Aid.
Green Kool-Aid. Hey, good morning, folks. You'll never guess where we're going. Got quite a crew too, but we are going to London, Ohio to Ag Pro, which is our John Deere dealers. I don't know what you'd call it. Basically, it's just we can go drive around some new John Deere equipment, so we're gonna go check that out. Welcome to Farmer to Pickups.
Supposed to sign in first or something.
We got invited to this Ag Pro event. It's called, was it Farmer of Tomorrow?
Farmer of Tomorrow event.
Yep. This is my buddy is Tyler Argers. We went to school together, lived in an apartment together. So
Yep.
he got us here. We're gonna check out this green stuff today.
Good stuff.
I guess we're going green for the day. That's what an exact emerge unit looks like, huh?
Exact numbers. So
So this is the high-speed planter, right?
call it a high-speed planter. It's so
Tell
you
me
got,
that. Okay.
you got a seed plate, or they actually call it a bowl. See if
It looks
there's
like a
any
bowl.
seed in here.
You
There's some
cereal
seed
out
in
of it?
here. So you get some seed coming out here, but
It's gonna be a little thick right there about Farm Science Review.
so you see you got this brush here. So the seed gets poked in this brush by that knockout wheel over there. This right here pokes into the brush, and the brush carries it down.
So does this have like the seed tube, the speed tube or whatever?
It's similar, but this is a brush. So when the seed gets poked in this brush, maybe the seed stays in the brush.
Okay.
So with the speed tube, it has a gap, so it can bounce around all the way to the ground.
But this is John Deere's version of
John
speed
Deere's
tube.
version.
Okay, so this brush system goes all the way
all
down.
the way to the
then.
ground.
Okay.
It drops it about an inch from the
Okay, I got
from the
you.
bottom of the seed trench.
Okay.
So with this, the seed stays firm in here all the way to the ground.
So what kind of speed can you plant with this?
You can plant 10 mile an hour.
You ever done it?
Yeah.
Did you fall through the windshield?
It's smooth field.
You gotta have a smooth field, bounce or roll or anything. So when
What kind of extra maintenance is involved with that? I mean, does that brush tube have
the brush tube has a scraper that kind of flakes the bristles out and gets rid of all the dust. There's a tensioner on it, so in the wintertime, if you're storing it in a cold storage, you can loosen the tension on it.
all right,
so
what's going to happen when, like, let's just say that hypothetically a farmer doesn't do that? Is that thing still going to work the next year?
Yeah, it'll work. It just makes maybe the belt a little more brittle, and you could have a belt break.
Like I said, it's hypothetical.
Yeah, right. It happens. So right here, this the whole meter comes off. See right here, it drives from
Okay, right
that.
there. So like
This
a motor.
this drives the meter, and then that drives. We have one that drives the brush and one that drives the meter.
Okay.
So that's the drive, and then it's all electric. So there's no this main power cord that runs along the frame. That's your main power.
All right, and this is the hydraulic downforce.
Correct. That's the individual row hydraulic downforce.
Now, is that a John Deere design or is that just a aftermarket company?
It's actually Dawn.
Okay.
Dawn makes it. Dawn designed it for Deere.
Looks like you got a. Oh, I thought that was hydraulic.
No,
oil.
that's just a label. And then this planter also has that vacuum automation. So as long as you input your seed size throughout the day, as temperature changes, it'll automate the vacuum to maintain singulation spacing.
Is that right? Speed up, slow it down.
Yep. Speeds the vacuum up, slows it down.
So that when the tractor where it was cool. Or,
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. In the morning you start out. I mean, or if you got a day where it goes from
Yeah.
40 degrees to 80 degrees, it's going to automate it all day.
As far as like this part of the planter, is much changed as far as like how the opening system closing wheels or
No,
anything?
it's still the same Truvia opener that we had for a long time. This is a little beefed up here. The shank's a little beefed up for the higher speeds. And then if this had liquid fertilizer, the liquid fertilizer opener would be beefed up a little bit. We haven't had too many problems at high speeds with anything breaking.
This 40
So this is a 40 footer. Yeah.
Identification on sections 2, 8.
Digitech camera can't differentiate between what's a row and the ground between the row. Then you have the opportunity to use
I was sitting here listening to the presentation. As soon as they walked in with the food, George spotted them.
Well, what was wrong with that?
Well, we can't eat it for another hour.
They're good-looking ladies bringing it in.
George gave him a goodie bag. Not only is George a connoisseur of all the food, he's also a connoisseur of all the free stuff.
What's wrong with that? Yeah, you hammering me, man.
I think you're running 40 mile an hour, so.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Get us a couple, Brian?
No.
Good,
Hey,
good.
I'll make you a deal. I'll get you lunch today.
Oh, yeah, I bet you do.
Back in
Well, what's this thing sell for, Tyler?
28 grand.
Guess you're keeping the Kubota.
That's what.
You happy now?
I was happy before.
Okay.
I'm happier now.
All right, we're done with the feeding part of this trip, so now we're going to go out to the field. They've got a few demos out in the parking lot, drive some equipment, see how George fits in John Deere tractor. I don't know if you going to drive one?
Wasn't planning on it.
Oh, yeah, you are. I think we're going to side dress some corn before we go out there. George is a heck of a hayride.
Yeah.
Do what?
Millennial farmer will be proud of you,
Oh, yeah?
showing all this green off.
Orange line down on the ground.
Yeah, that ride we just went on, those guys were demonstrating how the, I don't know what they call it. Basically, they have a receiver on an implement and on the tractor, and it does turn compensation. Like, say you're on the side of a hill, you see your implement kind of drift down. Well, with that receiver on there, that prevents that. And it looked like it was pretty slick. Dad was pretty impressed with it. It looks like, especially for strip tilling or side dressing and planting, that would be really cool. Our only problem is we don't have John Deere monitors, so. They did say you could put that in an off-brand tractor, you still would just have to use their monitor.
This is the way Brian Brown does it.
Hey, you gotta talk to yourself.
This is one.
Still ain't got the...
Not quite high, but.
It's pretty close to the same height as our Miller. It's not as tall as the oxbow. I could stand perfectly straight under that oxbow. So we got four-wheel steer, that'd be nice.
Yeah, that'd be real nice.
Now we are pretty interested in the Hagie. And we've tried all the other front mounts, so we definitely would like to try one. There is one in our neighborhood. One of our neighbors is trying one out, so pretty sure we are going to be demoing one here in the next couple weeks. But like I said, I don't know how much we're going to use it, because we are starting to run out of ground to spray.
Roomy cab, man.
Man, that is a big cat from a big guy's perspective. Whew, barely reached the windshield. I don't know if that'll work or not, actually. Can get wind.
You have to use your.
Oh, we got foot pegs.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. We got bubble in the window to go around that shock.
Sure is.
Well, first time I've ever been in a Hagie. Tell you one thing, they got the nicest sprayer cab I've ever been in. Like, man, look at all this room. Not sure how you're supposed to get to that battery, like to sling one of them things over there to change your batteries. Might be a way. There's the row feelers. If that works, that'd be pretty cool. It's supposed to help you stay off the corn rows when you're spraying standing corn. They also got some cameras integrated. They're supposed to see that corn and keep you off of it, I think. Yeah, that's what supposed to help keep you on row. Together with those feelers down there.
He'll be out there. I know it's come out. There he is. Telling everybody that's where you spend a lot of your time when you drink a lot of coffee.
That's right. Just the line.
This is going to be, we're going to take the parking brake off. As soon as you bring the hydro handle and go forward, the ladder's going to raise. We're going to simulate putting fertilizer on your neighbor's cornfield that he planted, and he hired you to put on fertilizer, okay?
Without auto steer.
Exactly, yeah.
This is what your camera's looking at down here then?
Yes, yes. It should lock on here real quick. There it goes. No? Steering. There it goes. We're good now.
I don't think he got beer in there.
I got beer.
What was that?
That's nothing.
All right, what are you pedaling over here?
Well, how many you want? That's the first question.
3 of us.
How many are you giving away?
The hydraulic feeder house tilt on it. So that was new in about 2015.
Does this have the like automated stuff in it?
Yeah.
So it has
We'll
the
get
cameras?
to it. We'll get to it.
Okay. What's the bin capacity on this?
This is a 300 bushel machine.
Is that the small?
That's a small one. So this is 300. That 770 over there is 300. Now you get to the 780 and the Class 8 and Class 9. Those are 400.
Okay. So you can't get a 400 on a Class 7?
No.
How tall?
No.
We got power lines out there.
Yeah, they stick up pretty tall, but most guys put an extension on these. Mauer makes a kit, a 150 bushel kit or a 50 bushel kit.
I've never seen a $400,000 machine or a $500,000 machine. It's got a rubber mat up there on the bin to hold that up.
Yeah, yep.
Can they come up with something better than that?
It's pretty thick.
How long does it last?
Oh, we got machines with quite a bit of hours on them, and it's pretty thick. It doesn't. It's a really thick kind of tarp. It's
Mice love it.
They won't tear through it. We've had some machines with quite a bit of hours on them. So this has got the combine visor package, which is camera on the clean grain elevator and the camera on the tailings.
So is that what this wiring
yes.
going to? Like, as this box is a camera.
This box is a camera. So if I unfold it here, it's a little dirty, but you see in here, there's the camera lens right there.
Is it telling us that there's rotten corn right there?
Yep.
Okay.
If you start it up, it'll scream at you wanting to make changes already because there's stuff in there. But this little lens right here will sense. It'll show you up on the screen what's there.
So this is the camera for the clean grain?
Yep.
Is there anything on the separating system or just those two cameras? And that's
this is just you got a camera on the tailings and clean grain.
Okay.
Separating system, you have grain loss sensors, so it works in conjunction with the grain loss sensors.
Okay.
You have one at the back of the rotor, and then back of the separator you have one too.
So basically it's seeing your grain sample, how much returns you're on, and then making adjustments based on the grain loss sensor.
This is sensing your MOG, your material other than grain. You know, that's what it's sensing.
Okay.
And broken kernels, that's what the job of those are. And then your moisture sensors right here.
This is where the flame shoots out, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Optional flamethrower.
I'm kidding, folks. I know they all burn. I'm kidding.
Yeah, we've only had a couple. It's okay.
See, it comes with a free jug of government juice. Is that standard?
Yes, sir.
That's probably the tank.
Oh, that's the tank. Okay.
Yep.
Easy to get to.
Yeah. Oh, I think it looks like a horn.
Yeah.
That's basically a security system. So if you get out of the cab with the separator running, it'll let you know.
Oh.
I mean,
It won't shut it off, but it'll let you know.
It won't. It'll shut it off, but it will scream at you.
It won't shut it off. Well, that's good.
It'll wake the dead too.
Because you can't oil change.
No. Right. No, you can't.
If I fall off, will I get a free one?
No. No. Got a new joystick there. The old joystick would have been just like what your old John Deere would have been, just a flat kind of face joystick. You can change all those buttons to do whatever you want. If you want to make one button on the back, tilt the head, there's two toggles on the back side. You can tilt the head or
Used to. Yep.
make them do whatever you want. So, and that's the new command arm. But you can call somebody from it. I mean,
Yep. Still works.
One thing I keep hearing from all these John Deere people, they have a refrigerator in these.
Yeah.
Show me your refrigerator.
stand up. Right here.
Is there a coffee pot?
Do you see it?
No coffee pot. There's your fridge.
Mine's got a fridge in it.
I think there was.
Keep going to the right.
Oh, I
Keep going right there. Click right there. So this is where you can make all your changes or let it make the changes for you.
Right.
The CBIS monitor looks like an Etch-a-Sketch.
I know how it works.
does.
I know how it works, so I like it.
So that's just explaining.
So this is what you see right now. They're communicating with a Wi-Fi signal, and we're on it kind of creates a network, so everything's working together. So this orange box is like an operational zone, and what that'll do is once this machine gets within that operational zone and we hit the resume button, it'll actually take it to that little black dot, which is a set home point.
So you just hit the auto steer button to get it synced with that then?
Yep. it kind of gives us the status here. So I've hit resume, and now it's positioning. This is a follower, and that's leader. This is kind of the terminology.
Yep.
And it gets us there, and then once it locks onto it, then it'll show that it's right there, locked into leader movement. So then, as he moves that machine, this should keep it at that home point.
So that home point's just a set distance from the combine then?
Correct. And it's automatically set by the combine depending on what head you have on there. But if you've got a goofy sized grain cart, you can actually manually set a home point as well.
Okay.
He in the combine can actually nudge me forwards and backwards or left to right or whatnot. See, there you go.
Okay.
As well.
So that's how he can top the cart off then?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. And I can do it the same way. So if I'm watching and I see I need to nudge it forward and backwards, I can also do that from here as well. If you had more than one combine in the field and they were all on the same network, that would show show all the combines there, and then also show us like a bin level indicator and the auger out or the auger unloading.
So I'd be able to see the bin level indicator for each combine?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Based on the 3/4 or the full
what's the
sensors on the.
What's the range on that? I mean, how far are you able to see that from?
So right now our range is kind of limited. There is another antenna you add onto the machine, but since that's a stock machine and this is a demonstration, we didn't actually mount it where it's supposed to be. But I'm not sure on the exact spec on what the range will be with it being a Wi-Fi network. But it's also doing in-field data sharing as well. So if you had all the combines on the same network with the in-field data sharing, so let's say we were 2 combines, I could see his coverage data the same as I could, and he could see mine.
Okay.
So then we could also see that as well within I mean, unless your field's, like 1,000 acres or something like that, it should all be able to be on the network.
All right, that was machine sync from the tractor side. Now we're going to hop in the combine and see from that side of things.
In terms of the control screen, it'll just say network instead of in the tractor it said leader, but we still have the same status icons here, giving us all the parameters that need to be met to be able to do machine sync.
Okay. For machine sync, do you have to run that on RTK or can you run that on WAS or is it?
Nope. So, all the Deere receivers come standard with SF1, but the GPS signal is separate from the machine sync.
Okay.
So right now we're running an RTK just because we can, and we're in a good RTK network. But no, it doesn't matter what signal you have on.
So you don't even have to have any signal to still run that then?
You still need to have a receiver on there.
Okay.
But yeah, you can run an SF1, SF2, SF3, or RTK.
Okay. This is the least amount of loss I've ever seen from a John Deere combine.
So then we get moving here, and you can see it gives you a status there. So the follower must press resume. He has, and now he's bringing him up to the home point, and you can watch him on the network come up to the home point.
Now, can you make him hit resume, or is that something he has to actually do?
Nope, that's something he has to do.
Okay.
Yep.
So you can't put a rock on that seat and then hit it.
No.
See, when we get to that point, now we're talking.
Yep, so we heard that tone, so now it's locked to the leader movement. So this combine does not have to be auto tracking for the machine sync to work. I can, so if I'm cutting beans or something and I want to auto track with this, I can auto track with it and the machine can still do machine sync. But if I'm shelling corn and I don't have row sense and so I'm not auto tracking, I can still do machine sync.
Okay.
So it's not a limiting factor there.
See, we get this thing, I could put my 4-year-old in the grain cart.
Pretty much, and I think that's kind of the thinking behind it with farm labor being, good farm operators as opposed to just drivers are being kind of hard to get a hold of anymore. So the idea would be you can put just about anybody in that seat as long as they can figure out how to drive it.
Yeah.
So the parameters for this, for the speed on the combine is the low end's 0.5 mile an hour and then the high end's 10 mile an hour.
Okay.
So those are just kind of the speed parameters that way.
Yeah. Last time I tried to run corn 11 mile an hour, it didn't work so good. So going around like a hard turn, like when your ends rose, you're still gonna have to watch. Make sure you don't flood the tractor with corn.
Correct.
Well, that's a pretty cool system. I guess to really get a good handle on it, you just got to bring it down. I'll run it for a year and let you know.
We'll talk to Tyler.
Yeah. Well, we were playing with the combines. Dad walked over and he drove the Hagie around. What'd you think of it?
I don't know. I like it in the field. Driving it on there one, different.
Well, Tyler, thanks for having us this yellow customer.
No problem. No problem. Yep. Sure you don't want some more Kool-Aid before you leave?
You got any more?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we'll get some more.
Okay.